WZR Radio starts now. You can join us in the live chat room at WZROnline.com/chat. Or call into the show at 518-712-3070.
I'm coming up for air so I can check myself again, and I stand proven to the man but sheltered. Confidence returned.
Now, here are your hosts, Matt Boone and Ryan Clark.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday, August 24, 2010 edition of WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com. I am always your host, Ryan Clark, and Chris Haller's here with me as well.
Yes,
Chris,
sir. What's up, Daddy?
What's cracking, my man?
Not a lot, man. Got a little tongue-tied there for a second, huh?
I did. Actually, to be honest with you, my throat got clogged before we came on, and I'm thinking, shit, man, I can't cough or nothing because you got to be silent. You know what I mean? Yeah, when the theme is. So
that should be the opening right there. That cough, just cough. Don't even say nothing.
Yeah, right. So what's up, my man? It's been kind of busy. A lot of news as of late, but we had a taped Monday Night Raw last night, and no pay-per-views or nothing this weekend. So
yeah, it hasn't been terribly busy. I mean, there's been a few interesting news bits out there, but like you said, no pay-per-views. So that was a little bit easier. It was a taped, version of Raw. So
yeah, we had last week was our busy week, man, because we had double Raw taping at the Staples Center last week in Cali. Mm-hmm. And we had SmackDown tapings in, I think, Fresno and Bakersfield on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we got all that out of the way last week. And this week we've got the TNA Impact tapings in Orlando. So hopefully we'll have those at some point in hour number 2. And we'll read those off to you here. The spoilers for this Thursday's telecast are already on the main news board over at TNAWrestlingNews.com. All the other websites as well have them, but TNAWrestlingNews.com. Get there, daddy!
How was your weekend, man?
It was alright. We take a sip of water. No, weekend was good. We what happened? Friday went over to my buddy Dan's house and drank Spears, came home. That was that. Saturday was Strikeforce on Saturday night with Bobby Lashley. We got to talk about that too. KJ Noons was also on there. King Mo was on there. So we'll talk. Did you see that or no?
I didn't watch it. I read the report because I was out of town this weekend.
All right. No doubt. Yeah. It was a good show, man. The Strikeforce on Saturday night was a good show. Sunday there was a surprise party for my buddy Dan for his girlfriend. I like to call it his wife, but it's a girlfriend. You know what I mean? But so we went over there, and there was a surprise party last night, and that was that, man. That was the weekend. Not much,
Get wasted at the party?
Got wasted? No, not last night. I actually had my niece, so I didn't drink at all.
Oh, damn.
Everybody else did, though, but I had my niece, so I had to drive her home. So no drinking with her. But on Friday and Saturday, I got pretty wasted, so that was good.
Good stuff. My uncle from Pennsylvania. He's actually right out. My whole family pretty much lives in Pennsylvania, and they're pretty much right next to our producer. So I went out there on Thursday because he had been out here for 3 weeks. So I drove him back. It was a 9-hour trip, so it was kind of a pain to get there. But anyways, I visited with family Thursday night, Friday, and a little bit Saturday morning. Ended up going to Gettysburg after I visited with family, and that's like a 2-hour drive from where they're at. Right. So pretty much did a lot of, tourist type things, man. We had like a 2-hour tour, checked out a bunch of the old battlefields, cemetery, and then Saturday night went on a ghost tour. Fortunately, didn't find no ghosts or anything like that, so. And the whole, man, there's some people there, dude, and you just can tell that they're fucking crazy, because they're like, like we'd be in the other room, and these people, they'd be in the like two people, a guy and a girl. They're probably in their late 20s. They'd be in the other room, and when everybody like walked into a total different room, they'd be like, "Hey, the chains are moving" and stuff like that. Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, right. Oh Jesus!
And they were those kind of people, and they kept doing that all night, so it kind of was gay. But other than that, we drove home Sunday. And other than that, I've just been trying to catch up with everything. I taped Raw, taped Impact, taped the Lions. So I've been watching those the past few days, trying to catch up.
You know what I've been watching? You just mentioned Pennsylvania. I've been watching this stuff on ESPN. Don't ask me why. It's just on in the background. I watch SportsCenter in the morning time, and then in the afternoon, they've got like the Little League World Series or whatever it is down in, I want to say Williamsport.
Oh, yeah, yep, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've been watching that, so whatever.
That's like, I might be wrong. I think it's like 45 minutes away from like where my family's at.
Yeah, it's alright. I was just, I mean, they've got so many of those games, and then preseason football is back up. I've got a draft on Labor Day next Monday. My football draft. I'm going to be in the same thing I did last year. I got 2 fantasy football drafts, and then I got I got another pool that costs like $200 to get into, and I don't know. BM, you relax your fucking self in the chat room, my man. We got a lot of time to kill tonight. So, for like the first 20 minutes, first 25 minutes, I'm going to shoot the shit. I'm going to do what the fuck I want. And if you don't like it, get the fuck out and come back in 25 minutes, bitch.
Get on him, Daddy.
Right, Daddy? Jesus, man. We got a lot of time. We've got so much time to kill tonight. With this is nothing. We had a taped Raw, and we got a lot of news and rumors, so we're just gonna that's why it seems slow tonight, you know? We're just gonna go with the flow, whatever.
You know? A little bit.
Fuck them.
Exactly. Okay, when we can keep talking, we can keep shooting this shit. Here you go. We got my Lions against your Bills in 2 weeks.
Preseason or regular?
Preseason.
Is it preseason? Yeah, see, nobody gives a shit about preseason.
Yeah, no. That's the only time we ever played the Bills, so, you know.
Yeah, right.
Bring it up.
Yeah. You know what? We don't play each other in the regular season. You're right.
Yep. I mean, I'm predicting the Lions and the Bills together, they might have 4 wins this season.
Hey, you know what I'm seeing here? I'm browsing. I was browsing TMZ.
Yeah.
You see that the MMA fighter there, War Machine?
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, he went. I guess he's going to jail for a year. They just posted that on TMZ.com, which is pretty crazy, man. He beat the shit out of somebody, I think, right?
Yeah, something like that. I didn't get to read the whole report or anything like that, but I just was reading the headlines and I was like, damn. And he can't, and during, he's on 3 years probation, right? And during the probation, he can't even drink alcohol.
Yeah, well, and they've probably got that scram bracelet or whatever it is they put on those guys, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's they just put that up on TMZ.com right before we went live, so that's kind of crazy. Oh, and one other note, this stuff about Hulk Hogan, I saw a bunch of people in the chat room saying, I guess there's a rumor out there that says that Hulk Hogan suffered some cardiac arrest backstage at the Impact tapings tonight. I haven't heard anything on it, and was that his real Twitter account?
The new one that they're talking about. The new one is confirmed. Yeah, the new one's well, I mean, it doesn't really matter if Eric Bischoff or Bubba the Love Sponge confirm it because they were wrong, but Bubba says that his people made it, but, I mean, really, though, it's not going to be Hulk Hogan on it, you know what I mean?
Well, here's the deal, and this is why, first of all, he's at the tapings, okay, and second of all, the last I checked, on the Hogan, on the real Twitter account, the one that came out, Eric Bischoff confirmed it, Bubba confirmed it. The last I checked, there were tons of tweets up there.
I'm figuring it's his people doing it, though.
Well, there was tons of tweets up there, and then I just checked it out. Like, there, Acer just put it, and I'll check it again.
Acer just put it up, yep.
Hulk Hogan for real.
I know that Bubba wrote on this page or something that it really is Hulk Hogan because his people made it.
Well, this isn't the one that I was just at. Somebody in the chat room linked. Somebody in the chat room linked another one that said that he had suffered a cardiac. Okay, so anyways, the whole thing's fake. Okay, any rumors that you hear about Hulk Hogan, cardiac arrest, hospitalized backstage at Impact, that is fake. So
there's been a lot of shit going on with Hulk Hogan, like just rumors and stuff like that the past few weeks, man.
It's crazy. You know what's funny, dude, is guys like the Honky Tonk Man, and Eric Bischoff, right? It's like these guys are like 40, 50, 60-year-old grown men, and they are out here on the internet just acting like fucking kids. Acting like 10-year-olds, just bantering, bickering back and forth, and it's just like, shut the fuck up, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree. Did you hear what Eric Bischoff was saying about WWE? He was pretty much just criticizing them about the youth movement they got going.
We always said that as far as TNA Impact and NXT, as far as demographics were concerned, that 18 to 40, 18 to 34, 18 to 40 something, that basically TNA Impact was beating them. But then you factor in, okay, he made a valid point, but there are so many valid points that you can make against what he said. Nobody's right, okay? Nobody's right. Eric Bischoff, I mean, he wasn't lying at some of the things that he said, but he also wasn't correct in everything he said. You know what I mean? I mean, you could banter that, you could bicker that back and forth for days, and there would be no winner. You know what I mean? Each side is going to have their own facts, and...
Did you hear? I mean, but did you read that about how he was pretty much bashing WWE about them, trying to push these younger guys, or no?
Oh, right. I saw that too, the Facebook thing, and
I started. You want to know my first thought on that though? When he started saying that about the youth movement, dude, it kind of scared me. And really, this is my own opinion, dude. If you're a fan of TNA and you really want them to be successful and provide WWE with competition, right, that's kind of scary because we always go back to WCW, and I know it was 10 years ago, but one of the main things with Bischoff is he does either he doesn't know how or he just refuses to push younger talent. You know that? Think about it. Back then, Hall, Hogan, and Nash obviously were some big attractions, but other than that, I mean, he didn't push anybody besides Goldberg and DDP.
Okay, but back in the day, these guys, the Hogans, and they weren't 50 years old. I mean,
I agree.
They were 25, 30, 35 years old. You know,
I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, I just, it's just, to me, it's just scary just because I just felt like, he's never really pushed the younger guys, like in their 20s, built these guys up, to everybody that he's ever had. If you think about it, besides DDP and Goldberg, which Goldberg was more Kevin Sullivan's work, they've all been WWE-made superstars.
Right, and, look at TNA, though. I mean, you can't... TNA, I mean, we brought it up last week, right? We've got an angle right now where you've got a veteran in Ric Flair leading a group of guys like AJ Styles and Frankie Kazarian and Beer Money and guys like that, and Eric Bischoff is partly behind that. So I wouldn't say that he doesn't push younger